name is Nadine Sterk. Together with Lonnie van Rijswijk, I have a design studio called Atelier NL. We are based in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven, a small city in the south. We've been working for a bit over 15 years now. Well, we started out with having an interest in clay. We have done a lot of travels while we were studying. We studied both at the Design Academy in Eindhoven. And one of those travels to Peru, we saw the guys there going out with their donkey and the carriage looking for clay, and they came back with this whole heap of clay dug up from the forest, and that got us really thinking why aren't we doing that? Where does our clay come from? You go to the shop, so everything is already pre-made, and it doesn't feel to have any connection anymore to the very earth it's taken from. So we started to take some buckets in the back of our car and a shovel, and we started to dig. If you look for clay, you also find sand. And we quickly realized that in the glass industry, same thing happens as in the ceramic industry. Nobody is using the really rough material anymore. Not many people are using it, at least, because it's impure. It's very different everywhere. So it's you have to adjust yourself the whole time to the material. The beautiful thing is if you talk about this local resources, it's about local identity, and it's about the beauty of that specific place, which is different than from another place, and people are proud. This is our sand, and it became this super beautiful blue glass. It's like a new realization that their place is also special. So we started this project, I believe, 2016, and since then we have over 800 samples. We ask people to send us sand throughout the world. We will melt that sand into a glass sample, and it shows all the colors that are possible with natural glass. So from bright, transparent white, light blues, blue tones, green tones, from light green to very, very dark greens, all the way into very dark browns. The other thing we ask people is not only to send the sand, but also to write down the story why that place is so important from them. What's significant, some stories are very personal, people, but also stories about landscape, about geological history, how the earth is formed, stories about sustainability, people that realize while they are taking that sand that actually the beach is very much destroyed or polluted with plastic. So these stories are really important for us, and also if you have to write it down, then I think you start thinking about it a bit more. You get more connected, you get more aware. So for today we started working first time with our very freshly made glass patch, and I'm excited. Actually, it looks beautiful. The designs of the glassware are a bit based on our ceramics. But it's important for us that the shapes are very simple, no over decoration, because it's the materials should speak. So the material is the most important, the difference in the different materials, which you can see in the glass, because it's not only the color, also the viscosity of the glass is different. And for glass we have wooden molds. These ones are made from beech wood. These molds are kept in water because we need to have them soaking wet to be able to withstand the heat from the burning glass inside. One of our trademarks, I think, in our work is the stamp, which says the location and where the raw material, where the sand came from, and that's for us really important, because that's how you communicate. The kind of stamp we use at the glass, it's again based on a very old way of marking glassware. We are very excited to be invited here, because these are opportunities that don't come along very often. Since it's not easy to melt glass. It's not the process is not easy, but also the equipment. You need to have special equipment to do it. You need to be able to have a special furnace to use it with our enriched mineral sand. We were really excited to be able to get this opportunity to work here with talented glass blowers. But we're also very excited to be able to show the pieces in the Chrysler Museum, surrounded by all these old glass Asian pieces. I think it's always really beautiful to see that work, you know, coming together, because there are so many similarities in it, in color and in softness inside. Still, after 15 years of working, we have fired a lot of clays and a lot of sands, but it's like you still have the same excitement when you're making it. It's like, oh wow, it's so beautiful. It's so special. So I'm really happy and grateful that staying excitement is still there, and also, you know, not only with me but also with people in the audience, and everybody is like, wow. You know, what we try in our work is to appreciate and value every single sand or every single clay as if it's gold, and if you give that attention and that value on it, it becomes something completely different. It becomes like really. It's amazing material.